What is true love to you?
I gotta start off with the big question. Jeez.
What's the word that means?
Want help with the word?
I need help with the word.
True love, love. Love is the greatest gift God ever gave man.
Absolute.
I think of Frozen, to be honest.
I don't know. Infinite in this moment.
True love is putting someone else's needs before your own.
Infinite companionship, no matter what the constraints are.
It's just like you're willing to give up a little part of yourself for that other person.
Unsung, don't say it, touch it or replay it, it only happens once. So long to last lines, every time's the first time, I love to have some fun.
I remember seeing him and seeing his sweater, and then he let me have some of his Chinese food. That's what made me always say, like, oh, he's a sweet, cute guy.
I didn't know Patrick at all. And actually, I hated him when I first found out about him. My friend had a birthday party, so that's how I got to get to know him. I started talking to him, and then we would talk literally non-stop. The two of us just really bonded. I don't think anyone understands me as much as Patrick does.
But I was sitting, waiting for my mom to pick me up from rehearsal, and I was by myself. He's like, hey, you look lonely. And I was like, I am. And then he sat next to me and he's like, hi, I'm Hayden, or something like that. It's just very easy to talk to. It felt like we knew each other for a really long time, even though we just met that week.
On our first date, I thought he hated me.
It takes a while for me to kind of soften up. We started to talk more and stuff. I kind of cracked a little bit. My shell cracked.
He did. He kissed me on the first date.
One day, I think it was one of the last few days of 8th grade year, I asked her to sign my yearbook. We didn't know each other that well at all. Kind of you're really cool. We should get to know each other.
I think the words, you have swag, were in the mix.
And that was kind of my reason. I was like, I want to get to know this girl.
We had our own little Christmas date. We gave each other our presents. My dad always blasts music throughout the entire house, and it was a pretty slow song. And then we were in my family room, and then we just started slow dancing, I guess, to the music in my living room. No one else was there. I looked into his eyes and I felt so safe, and I felt like I wanted nothing more than to just stay in that moment.
To people that think that young love doesn't exist or that young people can't fall in love, I'd say you haven't met the right young people.
I think if you have these feelings and you think, oh wow, I'm so young, are these feelings coming from a real place?
So many people, I feel trying to find love. No loves can be compared. They're not this. Nothing is the same. Not one single love.
I feel like people kind of underestimate teenagers a lot. Oh, you're a teenager, you don't know what you're talking about, that kind of thing. You have love for your family and your parents, and you understand that love, and you love your friends, and you understand that kind of love. So I just don't understand why you can't understand this kind of love too.
Time to get weird.
While you start out.
On the questions is what I mean.
That way we don't have to look at this.
Michael.
Is the mic on?
Michael.
It's on.
It's on. It should be on.
It's on.
You probably want to cut that one out.
Oops. You're terrible. You're awful.
I understand.
You're so bad.
Oh, you like me, I like you.
You're so bad at interviews. You're so bad.
Really? Do you have to pinch me?
I'm not.
And also, I'd like to add to that.
Put my train back on the rails.
Unsung, don't say it. So long to last lines, every time's the first time, I love to have some fun. A cauldron of potions, drops of the oceans couldn't solve this